Welcome to the March 16th edition of the Day Weather Podcast. Happy Monday to everybody. Well, lots going on. We were hinting late last week that we are going to likely have to deal with a major storm system this week, and that is certainly looking like the case. We'll show you the details here in a moment. This is how the week's going to go forward. Generally speaking, quiet weather through early Wednesday. We're going to have some areas of fog, a few scattered rain and snow showers. There'll be a little bit of snow in far western Wyoming, but generally speaking, the next 2 days, not too much happening across the west. However, rain and thunderstorm activity will develop over southern, central Wyoming, northern Colorado, and western Nebraska by Wednesday evening. Don't be surprised if there's some thunder out there late Wednesday afternoon and evening in your location in some areas. Now, snow, wind, and much colder weather is going to develop late Wednesday night through Thursday night into Friday morning. Now, this is not a very large storm. Geographically speaking, it's fairly small. But where it will impact areas, it'll hit hard. But the smallness of the storm will keep it from becoming, let's say, as big as last year's March blizzard. It will nonetheless have some big impacts. We want to stress that there will be dangerous travel and dangerous livestock weather conditions Wednesday night through Friday with this storm system. Anyone with young, weak, or newborn livestock, pay close attention to the storm and take precautions. Travel, especially I-80 and I-25, will be hit hard. This is where the upper pattern is right now. Looks very similar to the maps I showed you last week. So the forecast upper level wise hasn't changed at all. As of this morning, we've got a deep low off the northern California coast. Now, as we go through the next couple of days, the storm isn't going to move much. Then it actually shears into two pieces. One going up into northern Nevada, then the other piece going down into southern California. It's this guy right here that's going to eject and come this way. Now, one thing I want to show you. There's something in meteorology called divergence, where the winds aloft spread ahead of a low like this. Notice these lines they diverge a little bit. What this does is this causes the atmosphere to lift in this area here. And when you lift the atmosphere, you create clouds, precipitation, and you get all of the bad weather that you get with the storm. This is by Wednesday morning. So this is where we are now. By Wednesday morning, we're here. By Thursday morning, that low intensifies into a system over northwest Kansas and northeast Colorado. See these lines? The winds follow these lines. So basically, we're going to get into some upslope winds right here around the counterclockwise circulation of the low. The other low hangs back into California. There's another one back here. We're going to have to deal with these guys later. Also, I want to show you this. This is a shot of cold air that's going to come in on the backside of the system. One thing that we are worried about with this storm is there is a lot of cold air available to tap into. And a lot of times when you get these warmer, more mild Pacific air masses that come in off the west coast, jump the divide, then bring in colder Canadian air, it could really cause the low here to intensify very, very rapidly. So we're going to have to really keep an eye on this situation as we get into Wednesday night, Thursday, and Friday. This is what the precipitation totals look like through 6 p.m. Thursday evening. We're looking at the heaviest precipitation in the southeast parts of Wyoming, western Nebraska, and the Front Range of Colorado. All the blue is at least a ½ inch. As you get to the yellow, you're an inch or more. As you get to these orange colors, you're talking between 2 and 3 inches of water. This is the area right here that could have the heaviest snow and the worst stormy weather. Notice also, though, we've got some good snows in the Utah and Colorado mountains, good moisture into California. The I-80 and I-25 corridors, you can see, really in the bullseye of this storm system. As we look at what the snowfall totals would look like, this is where the snow swath looks to be. Don't pay too much attention at the moment to the numbers of the snowfall totals you see here yet. It's too early to talk about how much snow accumulation to get, but certainly it's on the table that 6 to 12 inches of snow, more than that, is likely with this storm focusing on southeastern Wyoming, western Nebraska, and Colorado's northern Front Range. Notice there's a pretty steep drop, a big gradient in areas on either side of the snow area. That's why it's not a very large storm, but where it focuses its energy is going to be impactful. The cold on the backside of the storm is impressive. And this is another concern we have for travel and stock growers, because high temperatures on the backside of the storm may only be 20s in this area right here. Now, for the middle of March, that's pretty cold. So roads and highways are going to be really icy, and stock growers need to be prepared, as well as travelers, for strong northwest winds, which will cause blowing snow and some very cold wind chills. Now, it's Monday. We're expecting the storms to start Wednesday night, Thursday into Friday morning. This gives us enough time for maybe things to shift and change. So we'll update you tomorrow morning. But if we don't see any significant pattern change by tomorrow morning, our confidence will really grow that we've got a major winter storm in some portions of the region late Wednesday night through Thursday and into early Friday. Thanks for watching the Day Weather Podcast. We'll update you tomorrow. Have a good Monday.